Most artists crave for a comfortable peace to create art. But then, is peace and comfort really necessary to paint, to sing, or to make films? I believe it is in the state of chaos, feeling of rejection, and forces of doubt which hinders an artist's creativity. But then, art is created against all odds, and artists are forged in chaos. The basic conflict of an artist's life is reflected in his stories, where it becomes the spine and soul of his creativity. The inherent nature of an artist, and the protagonist in general, is to revolt against the normal, comfortable, and the snoozing environment so that his words, images, songs, etc. can be heard out loud and clear. It is in the rebel, revolution, and the revolt where we find conflict and story at large.
Italy, for 30 years under the Borgias, they had warfare, terror, murder, and bloodshed, but they produced Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and the Renaissance. In Switzerland, they had brotherly love. They had 500 years of democracy and peace, and what did that produce? The cuckoo clock.
Orson Welles had been one of the most influential rebels of Hollywood. Others from his creed of film revolutionaries are Roger Corman, Martin Scorsese, Bruce Lee, Charlie Chaplin, to name a few. What is similar in all their struggles and their pursuit was a rebellion against the comfortable studio structure of Hollywood. When studios failed to fight them in creativity, it either tried to buy them off or labeled them as fugitive hippies to be looked down upon. Jack Nicholson gives a sweet sarcastic description of their acts in his film Easy Rider.
Oh, they're not scared of you. They're scared of what you represent to them. Amen. All we represent to them, man, is somebody who needs a haircut. Oh, no. What you represent to them is freedom.
Coming back to the puzzling question, is it really necessary to have peace, comfort, and the roof of a studio to make films? Well, to make sellout movies it is, but to make films, it never was and it never will be. The name mentioned above were rejects of Hollywood. They had their conflict and most prominently, their problems fueled their stories. Wong Kar-wai states, "We all need stories. What happens in our daily life changes our stories. You can see the Italian cinema and the French New Wave in the 60s, the first generation after Second World War. So they have a lot of things to say and a new perspective. For these 2 years, Asian cinema like Korean cinema and even Thai cinema, they have become very strong because they have their own problems and new stories in their life. So they are not repeating the same stories in their pictures." Hence, no matter what anyone tells you about comfort, peace, and assurance in your pursuit towards creativity, believe me, the ones who have been the most pressurized and rejected by the society are the ones who give us the most influential stories in the world. If you need motivation and baggage of their struggles, then here are a few motivating individuals to fuel your creative soul. Roger Corman, Jack Nicholson, Jean-Luc Godard, Francis Truffaut, Orson Welles, Bruce Lee, Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino, to name a few. Until next time.